Once, a disciple went to his master and said, Guruji, I feel people don't respect me. They ignore me. They take advantage of me. I think I should start replying to everyone who hurts me. The master smiled and asked, when someone throws garbage in front of your house, do you carry it inside and spread it in every room? Or do you quietly clean it and move on? The disciple understood the message. Silence is not weakness. Silence is wisdom in action. In today's world, noise is celebrated. The louder you shout, the more visible you become, or so we think. Social media rewards reaction. Society rewards argument. Ego rewards retaliation. But life, quietly and patiently, rewards silence. Not the silence of fear, not the silence of suppression, but the silence of inner strength. In life, energy is everything. Your success, happiness, focus, and peace all depend on how well you manage your inner energy. Most people think they are tired because life is hard, but in reality they are tired because they argue too much, explain too much, and react too quickly. Silence is not about holding your voice back. It is about protecting your energy from unnecessary leaks. Imagine your mind as a mobile phone battery. Every argument is an app running in the background. Every explanation to someone who has already decided not to understand you is another app draining power. By the end of the day, you feel exhausted. Not because you worked hard, but because your emotional battery is dead. Silence closes those background apps. Gaur Gopal often reminds us that not every situation deserves a response. Some situations deserve distance. When someone provokes you and you immediately react, you hand over your power to them. But when you stay silent, you keep control. Silence allows emotions to settle, thoughts to mature, and wisdom to rise. There is a small story. A man once asked a monk, "Why do you stay so calm when people insult you?" The monk replied, "If someone offers you a gift and you refuse it, who does the gift belong to?" The man said, "To the person who offered it." The monk smiled and said, "Exactly. Insults only hurt when you accept them. Silence is your way of refusing the gift. Silence also prevents regret. Words spoken in anger cannot be taken back. Silence gives you time. Time gives you clarity. Clarity gives you better choices. Many relationships are destroyed not because of big problems, but because of small arguments that could have been avoided with silence. When you save your energy, you can invest it where it matters. Your growth, your health, your purpose. Silence is not laziness. It is strategic rest for the soul. The calm person always has more stamina than the reactive one. In the long run, the silent person wins, not by fighting, but by lasting longer. Inner power is not loud. It does not announce itself. It does not demand attention. Inner power is quiet confidence, the kind that does not shake when challenged. Silence is the training ground for this power. When you choose silence over reaction, you strengthen your emotional muscles. Look at nature. The river flows quietly, yet it shapes mountains. The tree grows silently, yet it gives shade, fruit, and shelter. Noise creates momentary attention, but silence creates lasting strength. In the same way, people who master silence develop an inner stability that cannot be easily disturbed. When someone criticizes you unfairly, your ego wants to defend itself. But silence teaches you to pause and ask, "Is this worth my peace?" That pause is powerful. It separates instinct from intelligence. Over time, this practice builds emotional maturity. You stop reacting to every opinion because you no longer depend on external validation. Gaur Gopal teaches that maturity is knowing when not to respond. A strong mind does not need to prove itself. It knows its worth. Silence helps you observe rather than react. Observation leads to understanding. Understanding leads to mastery. Silence also deepens self-awareness. When you are constantly talking, you cannot hear your inner voice. But when you remain silent, your thoughts become clear, your intentions become honest, and your direction becomes strong. Many people feel lost not because they lack guidance, but because they never stop the noise long enough to listen within. Inner power grows when you stop explaining yourself to people who are committed to misunderstanding you. Your silence tells them, "I trust my path." This confidence is magnetic. People feel it even if you never speak about it. Silence does not make you weak, it makes you unshakable. The world may test you, provoke you, challenge you, but silence teaches you to respond with grace instead of ego. And grace is the highest form of strength. One of the most beautiful truths of life is this: you do not need to expose anyone. People reveal themselves through their actions, their words, and their persistence. Silence allows this natural process to unfold without interference. When you argue, you create confusion. When you explain, you dilute clarity. But when you stay silent, truth becomes obvious. A calm person standing next to an aggressive one automatically appears wise. A silent person next to a noisy one automatically appears dignified. There is a saying, empty vessels make the most noise. Silence lets others speak, and in doing so, they expose their intentions, insecurities, and character. When you do not interrupt, when you do not defend, when you do not counterattack, people show who they really are. Gaur Gopal often shares that silence is a test. Those who are insecure cannot tolerate it. They will talk more, accuse more, provoke more. And the more they do, the clearer it becomes, not to you but to everyone watching. Silence also prevents escalation. Many conflicts grow because both sides keep talking. Silence ends the cycle. It stops the fire by removing oxygen. Over time, people realize that provoking you no longer gives them control. There is dignity in letting actions speak. Your consistent behavior, your calm reactions, and your steady progress speak louder than any explanation. Silence allows your life to become your message. When you trust silence, you trust truth. Truth does not need defense, it only needs time, and time always exposes reality. Many people believe respect is gained by being dominant, loud, or aggressive. But real respect comes from self-control. Anyone can shout, anyone can insult, anyone can lose temper, but not everyone can remain calm under pressure. Silence communicates confidence. When you speak less but with clarity, people listen more. When you react less but act consistently, people respect you more. Respect is not demanded, it is observed. Gaur Gopal emphasizes that leaders are calm, not chaotic. The more serene
or a person becomes, the less they need to speak. Their presence itself communicates authority. Silence gives weight to your words. When you finally speak, people pay attention. Silence also shows emotional intelligence. It shows that you are not controlled by circumstances. You are not easily provoked. You choose your responses wisely. This maturity earns trust. Trust earns respect. People may initially misunderstand your silence as weakness. Let them. Time corrects perception. When they see your consistency, your discipline, and your peace, their understanding changes. Respect grows quietly, just like silence. Life has its own rhythm. Some things cannot be forced. Success, healing, love, clarity. Silence teaches patience. It helps you align with the natural timing of life. When you stop arguing with reality, reality starts cooperating with you. Silence creates acceptance, and acceptance creates peace. From peace comes wise action. Silence allows you to trust the process. You stop rushing outcomes and start refining effort. You stop complaining and start improving. Life responds positively to this alignment. Gaur Gopal teaches that when the mind is calm, decisions are correct. Silence brings calm. Calm brings clarity. Clarity brings success. Sometimes silence is preparation. Sometimes it is protection. Sometimes it is transformation. But it is never wasted. Stay silent, not because you are afraid, but because you are aware. Stay silent, not because you have not thing to say, but because you know when to speak. Silence will protect your peace, strengthen your mind, and elevate your life. And one day, quietly, without announcement, life will give you everything.